The coin shown in your image is a 1956 Lincoln cent, officially known as the Lincoln Wheat cent, one of the most iconic and widely collected coins in United States history. This small copper coin features the right-facing portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Lithuanian-American sculptor Victor David Brenner. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, making it the first regular U.S. coin to feature a real, historical person rather than a symbolic figure. By 1956, the design had already been in circulation for nearly 5 decades and was nearing the end of its wheat reverse era, which concluded in 1958, before being replaced by the Lincoln Memorial design in 1959. On the obverse front of the 1956 cent, you will see the inscriptions "In God We Trust" along the top rim, "Liberty" to the left of Lincoln's portrait, and the date 1956 to the right. Depending on the mint mark below the date, the coin may have been struck at the Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark, or the Denver Mint, D mint mark. In 1956, the Philadelphia Mint produced over 420 million cents, while the Denver Mint struck over 1 billion coins, making this year very common in circulation. Because of the high mintage numbers, most 1956 Lincoln cents are readily available to collectors today and typically hold modest value unless found in exceptionally high mint state grades or with special characteristics. The reverse back of the 1956 Lincoln cent features 2 stylized wheat stalks, curving along the left and right edges, symbolizing prosperity and agricultural strength. Between the wheat stalks are the inscriptions, "United States of America" and 1 cent, with the motto "PLURIBUS UNUM" at the top. This reverse design gave the coin its popular nickname, the Wheat Penny. The coin is composed primarily of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, giving it its distinctive reddish-brown color when uncirculated. It weighs 3.11 grams and has a diameter of 19 millimeters. Over time, copper coins often tone from bright red to reddish-brown or dark brown, depending on storage conditions and circulation wear. In terms of collector value, a 1956 Lincoln Wheat cent in heavily circulated condition is generally worth only a small premium over face value, often between a few cents to $1 depending on condition. Coins in uncirculated red, RD, condition with full original mint luster can be worth significantly more, especially if professionally graded. Collectors also look for varieties and errors such as doubled dies, repunched mint marks, or off-center strikes. While 1956 is not known for a major famous error like some other wheat cents, minor die variations do exist and can add collector interest. Historically, the 1956 cent represents a period of post-World War II economic expansion in the United States. During this time, coin production was high to meet the demands of a growing population and expanding economy. The Lincoln cent had become a familiar symbol of everyday commerce, passing through millions of hands across the country. Today, many collectors enjoy assembling complete sets of Lincoln Wheat cents from 1909 to 1958, and the 1956 issue serves as one of the final chapters in that long-running design series. Overall, your 1956 Lincoln Wheat cent is a classic mid-20th century American coin made primarily of copper and featuring the timeless portrait of Abraham Lincoln. While it is common and not rare in circulated condition, it remains historically significant and highly collectible as part of the beloved Wheat Penny series. Properly preserved examples with strong detail and original color can be attractive additions to any coin collection. The coin shown in your image is a 1944 Lincoln cent, officially known as the Lincoln Wheat cent, one of the most historically significant coins in United States numismatics. This coin features the right-facing portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by renowned sculptor Victor David Brenner, first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. The Lincoln cent was groundbreaking because it was the first regular U.S. circulating coin to depict a real historical figure rather than an allegorical image. By 1944, the wheat cent design had already been in use for 35 years and was deeply familiar to the American public. The year 1944 is especially important because it followed the unusual 1943 steel cent experiment during World War II. In 1943. Due to wartime copper shortages, cents were made from zinc-coated steel. However, in 1944, the U.S. Mint returned to a copper composition, using recycled brass shell casings from the war. As a result, most 1944 Lincoln cents are composed of approximately 95% copper and 5% zinc, with no tin, giving them a slightly different alloy compared to earlier pre-war issues. This wartime history makes the 1944 cent particularly interesting to collectors, as it represents America's industrial and military mobilization during World War II. On the obverse front, the coin displays the inscriptions, in God wet rust at the top, Liberty to the left of Lincoln's profile, and the date 1944 to the right. Below the date, you may find a mint mark indicating where the coin was struck. No mint mark for Philadelphia, D for Denver, and S for San Francisco. In 1944, mintages were extremely high to meet circulation demands. Philadelphia struck over 1.4 billion cents. Denver produced over 430 million, and San Francisco minted over 280 million. Because of these large numbers, regular 1944 copper cents are generally common today. The reverse back features the classic wheat design with 2 wheat stalks, framing the inscriptions 1 cent and United States of America, along with the motto, E Pluribus Unum at the top. This agricultural motif symbolized prosperity and national strength. The coin weighs approximately 3.11 grams and has a diameter of 19 millimeters. Over time, these copper coins tone from bright red, RD, when new to red-brown, RB, or dark brown, BN, depending on environmental exposure and handling. Although most 1944 Lincoln cents are common and typically worth only a small premium over face value in circulated condition, there is one extremely rare and valuable variety, the 1944 steel cent error. A small number of 1944 cents were accidentally struck on leftover 1943 steel planchets. These rare 1944 steel cents among the most valuable Lincoln cent errors and can be worth thousands of dollars depending on condition. Because of this, collectors often test 1944 cents with a magnet. If the coin sticks to a magnet, it could indicate a rare steel error, though authentication by professionals is essential. Regular copper 1944 cents will not stick to a magnet in circulated condition. A normal 1944 copper wheat cent is usually worth a few cents to $1, depending on wear and mint mark. Uncirculated examples with strong original red color can be worth significantly more, especially in high mint state grades certified by professional grading services. Collectors also look for minor varieties such as doubled dies, repunched mint marks, and other minting anomalies that may add value. Historically, the 1944 Lincoln cent stands as a symbol of the World War II era, made partly from recycled wartime materials. It connects everyday commerce with the global conflict that shaped modern history. Millions of Americans handled these coins during a time of rationing, war bond drives, and industrial production. Today, the 1944 wheat cent remains a popular and affordable collectible, especially for those assembling a complete Lincoln Wheat cent set from 1909 to 1958. Overall, your 1944 Lincoln Wheat cent represents both a classic American coin design and an important piece of wartime history. While most examples are common in circulated grades, the year holds special interest because of its transition from steel back to copper and the possibility, though rare, of valuable mint errors. Properly preserved examples with clear details and original color remain attractive additions to any coin collection.